To see Reaper, my goal on this channel is to teach you how to read the words of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Over on Dixie for the daily, we are attempting to rebound, but keep an eye on this gap below us. Remember, just like futures, gaps have an 80% likelihood to fill, so this could be positive for crypto because if we reject the top of this channel and fill that gap, we likely would see crypto push up. VWAP is pushing up. Momentum does want to gain strength. The money flow is in the green, so we do look positive. Stochastic does overall look like it is selling off, and that is bringing RSI lower. If this does not reverse, then candles will continue to sell off overall. So just because we have a slight push up doesn't mean we're going to just jump straight through and fill that MPP. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a little bit of consolidation after a push up, so you might be able to make a bull flag here, but I would call that bull flag pretty played out, as we would have 4 touches to the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we would have 3 to the top with a rejection. So I would call that bull flag possibly not going to play out, and if we see another red candle, it's likely we could still drop down, fill that gap, which there is an 80% likelihood according to our MPP. Our VWAP is favoring bearish, that yellow wave, so keep an eye on that. As that continues to favor bearish, momentum will continue to weaken and money flow could end up pulling back. And remember, when the money flow is in the red for several hours, then we will see higher time frames weaken. Over on Bitcoin dominance for the daily, we are pushing up right around this 59% area. So we are making a higher high. This isn't very good for us because if we want altcoins to pump up, we do want this dominance to reject this high and push lower. This would be our highest I think we've had for this bull market. So yeah, this would be almost the highest we've had for the bull market. Ideally, we do see some sort of rejection here, again, to push those altcoins up. VWAP is bullish, momentum's pushing up, and money flow's pushing up on the daily. Over on the 1 hour, VWAP does have a decent bullish trend going on. It is pulling back, so watch if it breaks neutral. If it breaks neutral and holds, then that's where we could break our value area high still and push down. But right now, we do look pretty positive to continue forward. That means our altcoins may not outperform Bitcoin, and if we do see a push up from here, then altcoins kind of will lag again like they have. Over on total for the daily, we followed this indecision candle, long lower shadow candle, with a strong red candle. So I would exercise caution because this could have a setup to drop through that 936 if we don't have bullish momentum on lower time frames. Now VWAP is favoring bearish, causing momentum to drop, and money flow is about to go from green to red. So keep an eye on that because if it flips into the red, we could see our altcoins start to sell off here. So Stochastic is pulling back and RSI is weakening as a result, bringing price lower. Over on the 1 hour, we did have a bullish trend that was a pretty straight bullish trend. We went sideways after and we got our breakdown. Remember, when you make those straight channels, a rising channel, and rising channels do not make you go up, they make you go down. You want a bullish continuation, so we would want to pump up here and then see another high for this range in here because we could still have a higher low compared to here, so we would want a higher high compared to here in order to give us a bigger bullish continuation. That would be what could end up saving us if we did end up pulling back a bit. This current 1 hour candle does look a little worrisome though, because we have a long tall wick, and if followed by a strong red candle, it's likely we would push down to that Fibonacci zone where we have that 55% chance according to our MPP. Watch that very close because we need a higher low there again to continue that bullish trend and hopefully push forward from there. VWAP is favoring bearish, momentum is dropping, and that money flow is deep in the red. That VWAP is starting to reverse, so that could be positive if that VWAP can break through the neutral and hold bullishly. Over on Bitcoin futures for the daily, we do have that flag on the lower time frames. We'll have to kind of watch that. So Stochastic is pulling back, RSI is selling off, our momentum is rounding away, VWAP is favoring bearish, and money flow is pulling back. But watch those lower time frames. If they can break into a bullish trend, we could end up pushing away here. So we did have that flag that we kind of mapped out here. We said it was unconfirmed. We did pretty much trade in a channel still, so you could draw this up. I would not really change your breakdown point because you measure from the beginning to the end of your move. So our breakdown point may be just a slight tad lower since we had it raised, but that would still be a push right around that 90K level. VWAP is in a bearish trend with lower lows and lower highs, causing momentum and money flow to fall down. If that VWAP does not reverse soon and we see some strong green candles and break that 103K, then it's likely bears will remain in control, as we do have a lower high here compared to here and here, so we could be forming a bearish trend in this range here. Again, watch that very close, because a bearish trend in that range would end up breaking us down. Now, the only hope we have here is we do have higher highs and higher lows if you consider these lows and these highs with this low. So with it kind of bending like this, that could create a bullish continuation if we do not make a lower low. So if we don't break that 99K, then we do have a chance to push forward and invalidate a bear flag. But if we do end up pulling back toward this 90K, I would watch this range very close, because this could create a bear flag that again would drop us lower. And as futures does lead Bitcoin, it would drop Bitcoin as well. So over on the 1 hour, our VWAP is breaking down. Keep a very close eye on that. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, we do have a rising channel, so again, exercise caution. That could bring us right around that 97K. We'll get on that in the 1 hour. Stochastic is dropping, RSI is weakening, momentum's pulling back, and that VWAP is favoring bearish, causing money flow to pull back. So watch the lower time frames close, because that daily does look like it's about to flip. So over on the 1 hour here, we could have a rising channel. This rising channel could end up breaking us away. So if we get a rejection from this channel, I would watch, as that would set us a little bit lower, possibly around the 97, 96K range instead of the 98, 99K. But if we do see a continuation from here and we get a higher high, again, create a bullish continuation to still bounce us up. VWAP does want to push up. Momentum is overall favoring bearish, and the money flow is heavy in the red. So we do look like we're favoring the bearish territory more. Again, watch that very close, because if we continue to favor bearish for several hours, those higher time frames will weaken and we would end up pulling away. Now, over on graph for the daily, we did revisit that 16,316 like we were warning of. We did mention that we could end up seeing a pullback right around the 14-cent range. Stochastic is dropping, RSI is weakening. VWAP does want to reject neutral. Momentum is pulling back, and money flow is in the red. So again, we're not looking very positive here. Over on the 1 hour, we do have some attempt to make a bullish channel. Again, we saw a pretty straight channel here, and we got a rejection, which led us lower. Now, if we can push up from here, we could try to make a bit of a bullish trend, maybe a double bottom where you have a drop, a rise, and a drop, and then another rise. That would break you forward, possibly right around this previous consolidation, right around that 20-21 cent range. However, if we do break this 16,316, I would watch for those 14-cent ranges. There was an 85% chance from this high that we did drop down here, so watch for a continuation of a bounce here, so we don't feel that full MPP probability. Otherwise, if we break that 316 and we continue to reject, that's where we'd see those lower targets. VWAP is favoring bearish, momentum is dropping, money flow is weakening, stochastic is dropping, and RSI is favoring bearish. So again, we need some strong bullish momentum in the next few hours if we're going to make a double bottom. Otherwise, if we push for a lower low, that would be shot, and then the bears would have more control. Over on Anchor for the daily, we did break away from the support level. Now with the I forget what it was called, Deep State or Deep Slate, whatever it was, the AI that China just made, this is going to push your AI coins lower. So keep that in mind. It's going to be harder for your AI coins because they did it with a very low budget, and you have all these projects with a higher budget. So that kind of brings some skepticism to our current AI projects that we have, at least locally to the US. VWAP does want to reject here. Momentum is overall favoring bearish, and money flows in the red. So I would watch out for a continuation. Remember, we needed a strong green candle following that long lower shadow if we're going to get bullish momentum. We did cover that last night, so hopefully you were watching. Now, over on the 1 hour, we could create that double bottom, verge, I would say, of invalidating it. So I'd say if we break this 25.45, then we may not see, that would be more of a slanted double bottom, but we would not see a double bottom push us up. There's a very low chance of breaking that 30.35 right now. There's a higher chance we could push up hit that like 28.36 and then reject, about 75% chance, and that's a pretty decent odd. VWAP does want to reject here. We are favoring bearish with consistent lows and lower highs, so watch that, as that will continue to weaken those lower time frames. Momentum is pushing down, and that money flow is heavy in the red due to our VWAP favoring bearish. So if this does not reverse, we likely will continue seeing the daily continue to sell off. So over on XRP for the daily, we do have a big consolidation. I would watch this may start to form a descending triangle, and that descending triangle would try to push us probably right around that 240 Fibonacci range. So somewhere in this consolidation range may be a decent buy opportunity again, just like this previous candle. Now we do have a long upper shadow candle. Unlike that long lower shadow, that's a bullish candle. This could end up pushing us down if followed by a strong red candle tomorrow. VWAP is favoring bearish, momentum is dropping away, and that money flow is weakening. The stochastic is selling off, causing RSI to lose steam, and that could lead price lower if we do not see a reversal soon. Over on the 1 hour, we did try to get that quick breakdown. We shot up due to that quick drop down, but we shot up pretty quick, so we are seeing a bit of sell-off. Remember, when you see a quick move one way, you usually do retrace the other way. VWAP is favoring bearish here, momentum is dropping away. Stochastic is favoring bearish, causing RSI to sell off. If that stochastic cannot rebound and get above 30, we will see RSI lead price lower. With that VWAP gaining a lower low, I would watch that very close as well, because that brought our money flow back into the red, and if that does not reverse over the next few hours, we could see that daily start to get some stronger red candles. Now, last but not least, unless you have special requests, we have Algo. We are breaking our support level. We push about halfway to the 34 like we warned to watch for. Our RSI is dropping away, stochastic is weakening. VWAP is favoring bearish, momentum is dropping, and money flow is in the red. So again, watch lower time frames. They need to break into a bullish trend in order to push us forward. So much like everything else, we created that rising channel, went flat, and got a break from our channel because that is a bearish pattern, and our VWAP did favor bearishly. Now, VWAP is continuing to favor bearish, so keep an eye on this because that will continue to drop price lower if we do not see a reversal soon. Momentum is dropping away, and that money flow is deep in the red. So again, if that VWAP curls away here, we will see continued bearish momentum. We need that VWAP to break into a bullish trend like back here in order to push us forward again. Otherwise, we may break that 34 and then push back down toward that 28.48. The MPP does say there's a low probability of that, but the midway range is below that 34, so that could be a more realistic probability. And if we don't get that bullish momentum, that's where we would see the latter probability. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like and subscribe, and join us in that Discord.